What's crack, everybody? You listen to the Discus Larry Collective podcast. I'm your host, Warren, and today I'm joined by my brother, Ryan. I don't know why I said it in an accent like that, but yeah, here me brother, Ryan.
Keith Lemon.
Keith. Oh, God. But yeah, so what we're going to do is, in the spirit of WrestleMania, we've done a few of them now. WrestleMania 18, we've done a WrestleMania 21. Now we're going to do a WrestleMania 24, a little recap, kind of like what we liked about it. We won't go too in depth on like everything in the card or what we didn't like, because again, it's just going to be a video then of people moaning about it. So yeah, we'll just touch on the good points. But before we get into it, if you're watching this on YouTube, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then yeah, wherever you get your podcast, give us a follow there. So yeah, we'll just get into it. In terms of like the big matches or the standouts we were chatting about obviously before we came on, Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, Randy Orton, John Cena and Triple H for the WWE title, and then Undertaker against Edge for the World Championship. So I suppose we'll start with Shawn Michaels and Rick, because that's obviously up higher on the card or whatever.
Yeah, it's first before them, what I tell you, like.
Yeah, so you are watching this recently, this pay-per-view or whatever. That match, like I remember obviously watching it years ago as well. Like it was pretty emotional anyway. Like obviously his family, Ric Flair's family, Ric Flair's family in the crowd and all whinging, and yeah, Rick looking like a grape, but by the end of it, he can't stop crying.
Yeah, he's in bad nick. Yeah,
yeah, he would be though. Fairness, like he dedicated his life to the sport, and then it's gone. But
yeah, true.
Yeah, him and Michaels though, savage match. Whether or not like it's good chemistry or not, it's just Shawn Michaels could pull a great match out of everybody, really, and then Rick as well, one of the best. But yeah, what's your thoughts on that match? Like, what did you like about it?
I like it. Like when I went back and watched it, I was like a bit dreading it. I was like, this is probably going to be a load of shit now, and it's going to be like one of these things where I only liked at the time because I was like, oh, Ric Flair's retiring, and then I know he came back and tarnished his whole legacy. Like, but when like obviously it's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. It's worth a watch just to see Charlotte Flair's shy hair in the front row crying her eyes out. It's worth a watch. And then obviously the Uncle R.I.P. But like getting battered by Sting. What's the Sting that made him up?
Oh no, you thinking of David Flair, is it? Do you know, brother?
One of them got better down by Sting, didn't they?
Oh, I think so. I think it's David, because I remember, I think it was David as well who got battered by Undertaker in 2002.
Oh, it's Undertaker, is it?
Yeah.
Right. I remember Jay telling me about in work before. He was like, "Yeah, you have to watch that one of Ric Flair's kids getting absolutely battered because he thought he was a wrestler for the day."
That's it. Yeah.
But no, the match itself is good. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you have the Leave the Memories Alone video package beforehand.
Yeah,
a classic.
Yeah, pull on the heartstrings.
Spotify playlist. Yeah. But a track. But yeah, no, the match itself is good. There's a horrible spot where they go to the outside, and Rick keeps trying to jump off the top rope for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's because he was like, shit, I haven't done this enough in my career, so I have to try and get it in now. And the commentators make a huge deal every time he goes to the top. But he's in good shape, like, but there's a part where they're outside the ring and Shawn tries to do the moonsault onto the announce table, but the table breaks, but the front of it doesn't break. You remember that?
Oh, I remember that, yeah. And he cracks his ribs.
And he gets like, oh my God, he gets like stuck on it. And you can see him like proper screaming as it falls. Like he's pure winded as well. Like, and it just looks real sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, good match.
Yeah, I remember that actually, that table spot. Yeah, there's the Yasoi moonsault that absolutely breaks the ribs off himself. Yeah, it's rough. But
yeah, it's bad. Like the whole arse of the table goes, and then he's just lying across the front plastic panel thing.
Yeah,
that has like all the fake screws in it and all.
Yeah,
it's bad.
All the drawing on screws.
It's ridiculous looking, but it's funny though. But like it looks sick at the time.
Yeah, savage match though. Like with the, as you were saying, like with the Leave the Memories Alone package and all the whole career threatening aspect. Well, obviously Rick had to retire, but as you said, it doesn't, like when you're looking back on it now, you're kind of thinking, before obviously you rewatched it, you were thinking, oh yeah, maybe it's not great, because obviously he came back then working TNA for a bit and stuff, so kind of shot himself in the foot there. But yeah, the match still holds up. I think I was watching it there a few days ago as well, just when you were saying about rewatching this pay-per-view. I watched that match, and it's savage because as well, like there's always them kind of things about wrestling matches, like storytelling, psychology, ring IQ, stuff like that, whatever. And this match kind of has it all in spades, like, and I like certain parts in it as well. It feels like Michaels doesn't want to hit him with Sweet Chin, and he doesn't want to kind of
that happens. Remember?
Yeah.
He goes to do it and then he doesn't do it, and then Rick fucking does something to him and he rolls him up or chop blocks him or something.
Yeah.
Something heel. Anyway.
Yeah.
and the figure four battle as well halfway through.
Yeah.
And he gets from the figure four in the middle. And then Shawn plays it real well, like he's gonna attack. But we all knew, I think, anyway, that he wasn't going. Like obviously Rick was gonna lose, like, but the way he plays it off, obviously, because Shawn Michaels is the best. So he's obviously, like, you obviously believe it. But and they get into it, and then the ref turns and Rick does the eye poke and all. Like they get it all in without making it over the top. Like, oh, I have to get all this in to prove that I'm Ric Flair. Like they do it well, and like the back and forth of the speech and music then at the end, like, and he's crying before he even hits the mat. Like, it's the passion of that match, like, and the build in general was deadly. Yeah, that deadly promo that you always used to be quoting, the old yeller behind the tool shed.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh, I love that.
And he slaps them out off in the middle of the ring over calling them old yeller.
Yeah, I love that. The fact he's just like, yeah, you know that story about old yeller? You had to bring him to the back of the tool shed and put him down. Well, I'll give you old yeller. That's slapping him. Yeah. It's like something out of Simpsons. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's gas. But the build is deadly, and then obviously that would have been probably, I can't think of a better end of career for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been it. That could have been the best time somebody was the last time they ever laced up their boots, like, and finished their career. If he didn't go back and start doing shit in TNA, obviously when you're after been wrestling for 40 years, it's hard. Like, if you get an offer to go and wrestle with all your mates over across the pond for whopper money, like, you're obviously going to take it.
Yeah.
Like, especially watching The Last Ride, and you see Taker can't really accept that he's done.
Yeah.
And then Rick had it. The perfect match. The perfect dance partner. So, you know what I mean? Went out, didn't get booked weak, like.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then goes back and round it. But look, what can you do?
Yeah, the match itself, though, overall, stellar match.
Class.
Yeah, like, a lot of people think it's their match of the night of the show and stuff like that. And I'd agree with it. It's really good. Also on the card, before we get into, obviously, the other two matches, we'll just touch on CM Punk winning this first Money in the Bank ladder match that happened at this event. We had Kane absolutely smashing Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title in about 10 seconds. What else do we have? We had Floyd Mayweather bursting Big Show's nose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. He's in them 40 trousers as well. Floyd, it makes him look even smaller than what he is.
Yeah, so it's in a pair of pajama bottoms.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But what else we have? We also had the opening match, which you were only saying the other day, it's just fun to watch. Like JBL against Finlay, two hard hitting, like, bullies of the wrestling industry.
Yeah,
and
it was good
in a Belfast Brawl.
Yeah. Ridiculous. And the highlight of the match, JBL throwing the trash can at Hornswoggle from outside the ring. Like, Hornswoggle thinking he's dead, he's strutting around, bounces the thing off his head. But that storyline is ridiculous. I won't even get into it, like, with that whole illegitimate son, and like, JBL has to come out now and kick the head on because he wasted everyone's time. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, some of the storylines were fairly questionable back then. But we also had, as you touched on before, if you want to say your piece about Kim Kardashian, that we completely forgot about she was even on this.
Oh, you did as well until I rewatched it. Because, like, obviously you remember tons of people, like, that have come and gone through the years, like, that have done guest appearances, like Hugh Jackman taking over Raw and all that stupid shit they did before. But, like, I didn't realise that Kim Kardashian, like, did a whole, like, she was, like, the whole special guest. Like, she comes out and does the attendance record. Yeah. And she does the backstage interviews and all. And looks like a different person. And Mr. Kennedy comes out telling her he's going to win the Money in the Bank because he won it the year previous, I think. And he's like, I'm going to be a 2-time Mr. Money in the Bank. She kind of doesn't even know how to react. Yeah. And he looked dirty, like, especially compared to her, because she's all done up. Yeah. And he's filthy looking. He has stubble and all. He looks horrible. Yeah. And he's like, does the Kennedy? And then she goes to speak to say, like, back to you, Jim, or whatever it is. And he's like, Kennedy again. And she's giving him the old side eye and all. It's real weird.
Yeah.
The same at John Legend singing the national anthem. Didn't know he was around back in 08. Yeah. But apparently he was, and he was a big deal.
The man with the swallow face.
Yeah, he hadn't hit our shores yet anyway, obviously.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who the fuck he was. But yeah, top to bottom, good card.
Yeah.
I can't even remember who went into the Hall of Fame.
What was it? 08, wasn't it?
Oh wait.
Oh
I
wait.
feel like it was a big one though, because I remember when I fell asleep rewatching it, and I heard the classic Hall of Fame music, and I woke up, it was someone big on the stage, but I can't remember who it
Yeah, we
was.
can't remember at all. Actually, yeah, I'll look that up afterwards anyway.
Yeah, look it
Um,
up there.
yeah, but we'll move on then. We'll hit the other two kind of big matches. So Orton, Randy Orton against John Cena against Triple H, triple threat match for the WWE title. I actually can't remember the actual storyline behind this one going in, because I know the year after was Randy being a weirdo, kissing Stephanie and baiting all the McMahons. But I can't remember.
Classic Orton.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, slim neck. Oh yeah, I can't
I do
remember.
remember it now that you say. I remember it.
Oh, what is it? If you can, or
So
whatever.
Orton's champion for a while, I think,
Mm.
and obviously Triple H between like 2006 and 2009 is like in the main event every night, it feels like. So he's floating around, obviously sniffing after the belt, but Cena's after being out injured and comes back at the Royal Rumble and wins it.
Oh,
Remember
yeah, Jesus.
the classic Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, and he's looking down when he comes in, and then
Yeah, it
yeah,
comes out like 28 or something, and everyone
savage.
Triple H is like, "What the hell?" Like, and all. Triple H's reaction at that Royal Rumble is deadly when
It is.
Cena comes out.
Yeah, Triple H takes a bad bump
But
when he goes out. He gets the FU.
yeah, he does.
So yeah.
It's dodgy. I didn't realize as well. I know we're not talking about Royal Rumble away, but when I watched that back, because I was watching the builds, like, and when I watched it back, Bruce Buffer's brother does the fucking announcing for the for the Royal Rumble for some reason.
Michael Buffer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No idea why, but yeah, he does. I don't know. Maybe they're in some like partnership with the WBO or something, because he's there. Then Floyd's at WrestleMania, so
Oh, maybe actually,
it's like a boxing association thing.
Yeah. All I know is that if Daryl's listening to this one anyway, he's gonna go back and watch that. Chap's man for the Buffers anyway. man for WCW and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I turn on this podcast and Daryl starts, you are doing like top fives or something, and you are bouncing between New Japan and WWE, and then Daryl's like, I remember LA Park came out at WCW Fall Brawl or some ridiculous fact. Something crazy.
He's mad for WCW, yeah.
Yeah, some mad facts come out of that chat, or like mad theme songs or storylines that he loves from Bleeding. I don't even know. Conan and all, mad bastards from fucking WCW.
I'm sure he's pissing himself out listening to that.
Yeah, I said it to him before.
Yeah.
Look, we won't get into that now.
Yeah, so we'll jump back to Orton and Cena and Triple H. This match is actually like one of the better triple threats, because obviously, like, I love a multi-man match, whether it's tag teams or triple threats. So like that whole like added dynamic of this could happen, or the champion doesn't have to be beaten. Randy Orton goes in champion, doesn't he? And he leaves champion as well.
Leaves champion.
Yeah, so that was a good kind of like, obviously he's like, nowadays obviously you consider him like top of the mountain, he's a legend now. But even back then, he was getting to that level, but Cena was always like looked upon more favorably, I suppose, than Orton. So I think like if you even look at the three lads, like Cena, Triple H, Orton's the underdog. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going in as champion, I think everyone thought Cena was going to win because of the Royal Rumble.
I thought Cena was going to win. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even after reading that result there, I could watch that tomorrow and still think in my head like, oh, Cena, yeah, he's going to walk out. It's just one of them things. Like,
I was convinced he won.
Yeah. But yeah, Orton goes in, has I think that's one of the matches that kind of established him then, is like, right, this is the guy who can shoulder the company going forward if we need him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and he did. Then obviously if you look at next year, then him and Triple H with that great story as well. So yeah, Orton's savage, like, and I'm only kind of appreciating him now. Like, I used to love his Intercontinental title run as the Legend Killer and stuff. I love that. And then he grated on me, like nothing else, when he was like heel Orton, like 08, 09.
And he was bald.
Yeah, wrecked me head.
Yeah,
because he was always battering me favorites, or else he was just doing underhanded shit like that, wrecked me head. But yeah, great triple threat. Anyway, I can't remember the finish for the life of me, so I'm not even going to try to get into that. I don't know. If you can remember it, throw it out there, but I can't.
Yeah, I remember it, because I didn't remember it until I rewatched it, because I obviously Mandela affected myself and told myself that John Cena had won, because that's what I wanted to happen. But I don't, because that's the first Mania I stayed up to watch fully, like start to finish.
Yeah.
And we watched it, like, and I'm pretty sure I was wearing my John Cena t-shirt, the blue plus the loyalty, respect. Or maybe I got that at the WrestleMania event, so I tell a lie.
Yeah, you're
It's
watching.
probably wearing that cool Shawn Michaels one.
No, I think you're wearing the John Cena one. You're wearing the one with the pit bull on it, the chain gang arm.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was convinced that he was going to win that match, like obviously because I was huge on Cena at the time. What age would I have been? 8? No, I was 8 in 04. 12. I was 12 watching it. I was just at like on 12, and I was like, obviously you remember, I was fucking mad on Cena. Like,
yeah, you are, yeah.
Like every 12-year-old, if you ask, even nowadays, even though he's not around, to say every 12-year-old is still mad at Cena. Like,
yeah.
What was it? Yeah, I remember watching the match. Like, obviously, I was convinced that went last. I don't remember Taker and Edge going on last.
Same. I thought the triple threat was the main event.
Yeah, same. Yeah, because I thought like they were saying like, oh shit, like they had to follow the Undertaker match, but obviously I remember them talking about having to follow the Rick match. But I think the finish was Orton punts Cena as he pins Triple H. I'm pretty sure he just slides in out of nowhere, punts him after getting an F5 or something, an FU.
Yeah.
And like he robs the match anyway. You remember that?
Yeah,
because
I remember.
Then he goes on. They feud for another while, the three boys, and then obviously all the way into 2009, because then Triple H and Orton are still feuding, and Trips breaks into the gaff, and I remember then you have the little scream. That's in 09 there.
Yeah, the Wilhelm scream almost. Just gonna add it in.
That's crazy. Yeah. I could do a whole episode talking about that whole promo of them killing each other in the garden and all. It's like Lethal Weapon. It is. It's deadly.
Yeah. I remember watching that. We watched that live, and we were both blown away. We were like, "Oh my god, this is mad!" And then the guards.
That changed my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The way, real quick while we're on it, when he breaks into the gap force, like, and he stand at the door in the rain, I'm pretty sure, and he's just stand in the Eversaurus t-shirt and the leather jacket. That's what I remember. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
And but the best part of that whole beat down is when he's like, "Where are you, Randy?" And he goes into the sitting room and he's walking in the hall, and Orton comes out from under the stairs with a golf club,
or a fire poker or something. Yeah. He goes to take the head off.
Hiding in the gaff. Yeah.
That's a great feud. But that kind of that sowed the seeds for, obviously, well, technically if you go back even further, actually 04 when Orton gets his first world title, and then Triple H with the thumbs up and the wham, and then he takes the belt off him after 3 weeks. So,
like the whole evolution thing, like, sets up. They could feud forever because of that. Like, it's just perfect the way it was done, and obviously that's what Triple H and Ric Flair wanted, I think, when they made Evolution. Like, so. Yeah,
you want to build stars and keep them consistent, kind of thing, and
it worked.
Yeah, it really did.
I hated Orton back then though, because as you were saying, top heel, beating all my favourites. Triple H was my other favourite at the time. He was getting bet by him as well now.
Yeah,
and it was fucking annoying me. Like,
couldn't escape.
Like it wrecks me head. But classic Orton. Hated him up until about 6 weeks ago. He still gets on my nerves a bit. The way he won that Royal Rumble a few years ago before we went to WrestleMania and all. And
it's like, and then beating Bray.
You have enough. Like that was Bray's time. But look, we don't get into that either. Like, but I know it's happening again. Here we go again. We're laying fucking Randy this weekend.
That's what I was saying to Daryl, that me, you, and Glenn seeing that match at WrestleMania 33
with the shit graphics. Remember the worms on the
maggots and all. I thought it was deadly.
It was deadly when we was there. When I watched the back, I was like,
could have
done a nostalgia thing. Yeah.
But, we'll move on. And then the other kind of big match then, Taker and Edge.
Oh my god,
insane! This match is whopper. I think it's the longest match on the card as well, actually. Longest match, main event, World Heavyweight Championship, best build. They had a great feud. Orton, Edge, and Undertaker, fantastic feud. And then the match itself, you can see it in Edge's face. It's not like, it reminds me of when he came back at Royal Rumble 2020, when like that look on his face where he's like, right, I've made it. And like, obviously he had a bit more nerves, I'd say, at WrestleMania, at Royal Rumble 30, when he came back, because he was like, oh well, this will remember me, that kind of thing. But he had that look on his face as well back then when he was fighting Taker, because it's like, main event WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship against Undertaker. You can't get any bigger than that. And
it's the big draw.
It is. All the marbles on the line as well for the world title. So insane, great match. I still can't get that image out of my head of Edge bleeding from the mouth. The Hell's Gate. That's insane. But whopper match. What do you think of it anyway?
The best match on the card, obviously. But like I'd say it's up there, one of my favorite matches of all time.
Savage, yeah.
Definitely, yeah, 100%. Like it's probably obviously my favorite match of all time. Like WWE was definitely is obviously Taker and Shawn WrestleMania 25.
Yeah.
But like as far as like best matches, like favorite matches, that's up there. Like probably my favorite to watch. Like if I was just turning on a match, I could turn on Edge and Undertaker from WrestleMania 24 anytime.
Yeah.
Because obviously as well when we stayed up and watched it, like even it was like mind blowing. Because like it was the first time I felt like Edge might do it. Like I was thinking when I was watching, I was obviously way younger, like, but I was like, Edge might do this, like, because he hasn't a few times, like, and you think it, and the way it was done was done well, like, but, yeah, great match. The build as well, like the night before, the Friday before, like WrestleMania, and you have Vicky and everyone there in the ring, and they're burying Undertaker's legacy, and they have the caskets. Remember that?
I remember that, yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this is for the streak," and the Zack Ryder and Cole Hawkins are there, and they're like, "This is the end of the Undertaker's streak and his legacy." So we're having a funeral service and all. Taker comes out of the casket, puts Edge in it, deadly, and then like even that like shows how good Edge is, like, and the way they built that feud. Like they could have just thrown him in or done like the little pyro and had the casket on fire and be like, "Oh, Vicky screaming in the ring, great visual." Yeah. But they could have left it at that. But then Edge sneaks out of the casket, remember?
I remember,
and I think Zack Ryder gets thrown into it then, and it just shows like Edge's ultimate opportunist, the way he gets out. He made it out, so I used to think, oh my God, like he's going to do it. At WrestleMania, this is it, like he's going to do it, but obviously it wasn't to be.
Yeah.
But they kept feuding afterwards as well.
Yeah, they went, I think, until May or June maybe of that year, I think.
Yeah, because they fight at Backlash again. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but, they went a few months, yeah.
Because then Vicky outlaws the Hell's Gate, remember? That's injuring everyone and it's an illegal move and all, remember?
Yeah,
that happens after WrestleMania. But yeah, the match itself, fucking hell, prime Undertaker floating over the top rope, like it's nothing to him. Even though he's getting on there still, like. But that was 10 years ago, like. But
yeah, like 08 Undertaker. Funny enough, a lot of people think 07, 08 Undertaker is probably his best year in ring. Because of how lean he was as well, and like it was one of them. It's that kind of moment where he's like, right, obviously I'm getting on, and I need to know exactly how my body works to keep doing this for another 10 years. And
exactly,
yeah, he was at peak physical condition, and his matches were great. Like,
yeah, it's unreal. Like, he's floating around the ring, like it's like nothing even phases him.
Yeah,
like it's just weird. Like, and he's still scary as well. Like, it's not that. Oh, like at WrestleMania 33 when he's fighting Reigns, like obviously he was like tying up his career, like, and that was supposed to be his last, but like you're looking at him and you're like, still the Undertaker, like, but you came halfway down the ramp first because I know you don't even have the legs to walk. the amount of meters it is down the ramp, like, you know what I mean? And the visual of him and Edge's entrance at thing, and Ric's entrance WrestleMania 24, the way they have this set, it's like a building, remember, in the palm trees.
Yeah, it looks
and
great.
Everyone's entrance, like they have the camera underneath you can see it all.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, like that. It's the best, like, WrestleMania memory, seeing the entrances like that and all, and the way the stadium was laid out, just the open top, and it just has like WrestleMania written all over it. Like, it has a huge feel. It just feels gigantic, like the way they have it done. I don't know. And Charles Robinson doing an absolute fucking Usain Bolt down the thing, remember?
Oh yeah, the Chariots of Fire.
To do the pin. Yeah. Oh my God. The whole match, everything about the match is perfect. Like, the ref bump can't beat it.
Yeah, no, it's savage, and Taker obviously beats Edge, keeps the WrestleMania streak going, wins the world title. I think
posing with the title.
Yeah, amazing visual, as you said. But I think that could have actually been Taker's last big title. I think
it is.
Yeah, I don't remember him winning again after that. But no. What a way to do it! Like, do you know what I mean? And it as well, like, hats off to Edge. He was, after having some like great feuds. Obviously, he was great for years, like as a tag team wrestler. Then his singles kind of run with the IC belt when he first started with like fighting Regal and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When you're kind of building him up. And Kurt Angle, he had a great feud with, and they go to and stuff, shaving his head, stuff like that. But then as a main event, him and Cena had some barn burners. And then
best feud.
Oh yeah, great feud. But it's one of them things then, right? So where can you go from there? Can you do it against, say, the likes of, say, like an Undertaker or a Shawn Michaels and he proved time and time again that he could, like, and that match, I think, was something that Edge will always kind of have if anyone ever said like, "Oh, Edge is shy," or Edge is this, Edge is that, it's like, is he? Like, watch that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he played a great kind of heel as well. I love Edge as a heel; he's deadly.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a nice change of pace for him then as well, Edge afterwards, because eventually then he moved into Rated RKO stuff then about a year or two after. Oh no, he was already after doing that. Sorry, Jesus. He
Yeah,
went.
that's 07, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he went after this. He chilled out a bit in terms of the main event scene. Anyway, I feel.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember what actually came next from, but either way, yeah, he kind of made himself there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's memorable. Like it's like his biggest like singles performance, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? Like that. If you were to look back at his career, like that's the one where everyone was like, right, that's you've hit the jackpot with that one. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the big singles match that you had. Like,
yeah,
unreal.
yeah, it's
like,
amazing.
I wasn't even mad on Edge before that. Like, I was like, but I was too young to realize like, oh, he's a whopper wrestler. He's a whopper wrestler. He was feuding with Cena in 06, and I was like, arsehole. Leave Cena alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because when you're that young, you're like, oh, the good guys are the good guys. The bad guys, like, hey, that's what you are.
Exactly.
It's like Wayne. Wait, I'll bring up Wayne for a sec. He hated Randy Orton. I remember for years, hated Randy Orton. Every time Randy Orton did something, whether it was IC title, Randy Orton, with the whole Legend Killer thing, and he was beating up Sami Zayn, he's like, oh, that's pure Badu. I was like, it's just. That's just what he does. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but when you're young though, yeah, it's I suppose when you look at like people who love Cena like yourself and stuff, and then even back before that, everyone loved Hogan, and then that's just how it works. The kids nowadays love Reigns until he turned heel.
Yeah, like you get invested in the characters, and that's why they're so good. Do you know what I mean? Like they're good at their job, and that's why you feel that way about them. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after that 2006 feud, and then right up to WrestleMania then in 08, like with against Taker, I was like, yeah, that's when I started to, I feel like that's why I love WrestleMania 24, because it's when I started to realize like it's not just good guys and bad guys. Like,
yeah,
obviously because I'm 12 now at that stage, I'm like, not fucking 12 now. I mean, like, when I was 12, like watching that, I started to cop that, and all right, it's not just good guy, bad guy. It's a performance, like, and these lads are doing it well. Like, like when you watch the Shawn and Rick match, it's not a heel and face thing.
Yeah, it's
a story thing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see the Edge and Undertaker match. It's like, right, Edge is the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's deadly. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care that he was smacking Cena around for 2 years. He's deadly.
Yeah, it kind of comes full circle, and you kind of appreciate it a bit more when you're older.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
or the more you watch as well. But yeah, we can wrap this up then if you want. If you're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, sound.
Yeah, we touched on a few bits, obviously, the likes of. But one thing we didn't touch on, if you want to hit us with a William Regal impression there.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SmackDown versus Raw match for bragging rights or whatever the fucking thing. I don't even know what they're even talking about. But Theodore Long and William Regal feuding managers from the two brands, remember? After the split. And then they're two enforcers, two mercenaries coming to war at WrestleMania to bring home the bacon for the brand. And then obviously Theodore Long was classic. Oh yeah, who's he have? Yeah,
Batista. Yeah.
And then William Regal getting way too excited, becoming a meme before War Games, and he's standing there and he's like, what's he call him? What's his nickname again?
The Samoan Bulldozer.
Yeah, he gives it all that. And you can hear that. You can almost hear his spit hitting the mic, even though the camera's not on him. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, the Samoan Bulldozer, Umaga.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, me and you were crying, laughing, watching that when I have to remember.
Yeah.
I was like, and then when I watched the back, Jerry Lawler's like, oh, I think his name was Umaga.
Yeah.
But I think William Regal got a bit excited. I was like, Jerry Lawler got better down, I'd say, backstage after that one. That's absolutely livid, I'd say.
Yeah, like you put a whole new letter, like a whole other letter into the name, like Umaga instead of Umaga.
And it's not even an accent thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here and start doing Birmingham accents to see if it comes up. Like, I don't know. He obviously got excited. Do you know what I mean? Shouting into a microphone like that. It's a bad slip of that. Yeah. And it's like, it's a bad one. It's like, it's bad. It's like Ultimo Dragon slipping that fucking WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, going out with his fucking chin. But yeah, I forgot about that match. But so overall, like WrestleMania 24, it's one of them kind of, I suppose it's an underrated gem when you go back to it nowadays. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
overlooked. Like even I was doing like my favorite WrestleMania main events. Undertaker and Edge didn't even come to my head. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's one of them things that then you go back and you're like, whoa, they tore the house down that night.
yeah.
So yeah, it was good to chat about it anyway. Good to have you on to chat about it. Obviously it's your favorite WrestleMania, and then at least you got to go to see WrestleMania 33. Obviously, same arena, so that was same stadium. Deadly.
Yeah, unreal. When we got them tickets, then I was like, we're going to that stadium. Like, obviously, it was changed to Camping World instead of the Citrus Bowl or whatever it was.
Mm.
It's like shit. Like, we're going there. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, wish it was there in 2008. But
Yeah,
look, 33 was deadly as well.
yeah,
I don't care what anyone says, but
yeah,
and no one got
stages.
burned. Remember that at WrestleMania 24?
Yeah,
After Undertaker wins, and a lot of 40 people ended up in the fucking hospital or something.
yeah, up the top of the stadium, it caught fire or something. The pyro was placed.
Yeah, I was reading about that, and I thought it was just like misplaced pyro. Apparently, as this sounds ridiculous, and when I was thinking about it, like, it sounded funny, like, but it's not funny. Like, people ended up seriously injured. Like, but apparently, the firework was like on its way up the tube or whatever the fuck it comes out of, and it snapped. So it came out early, and that's how it ended up. So imagine the burn you would have got off that.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's fucking bad. And then Undertaker pays the price. Then what is that? The next year, the Elimination Chamber, whatever it was called back then, gets burned nearly to death on the way out. Remember that?
Legs it down to the chamber, then he does reefs the coat off at legs. And he's milling a load of bottles of water all over himself.
Yeah, and it goes yellow and looks like he has a load of curry sauce in his face. Remember, he's standing in the pod like a fucking buffoon.
Jaundice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who that happened to? Jeff Hardy as well. His hair went on fire or something. Remember that?
I think that was a spot, that wasn't it?
Oh shit, was it? Jesus Christ! Hopefully I was 12, and it wasn't nowadays. I fucking believed it like a twonk.
Yeah, get walked into a shoe.
Oh my god! Yeah, HH.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look, we'll call it a day on this WrestleMania 24.
Yeah,
stellar event. Go back and watch it if you've never seen it. It's worth a watch. At least them 3 matches that we talked about. They're really good. Yeah, Shawn and Rick, triple threat for the WWE title, and then Taker and Edge, stellar. Yeah, once again, just want to say thanks for Ryan to jumping on and
cheers.
Yeah, chatting about it. Yeah, no, but I'll have you on again anyway for something else, probably after WrestleMania, some thoughts on the current WrestleMania or whatever. But yeah, so before we go, just want to say thanks very much for watching or listening. Wherever you get your podcast, give us a follow there. If you're watching this on YouTube, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It'll help us out massively. Hit us up on the socials as well. Discuslaria on Twitter, Discuslaria Collective on Instagram. And then until next time, then, I'll see you soon.